Everybody, Javanni right here. Today I'm going to be talking about the triple dial method when calling leads. Okay, so let's say you got the perfect script, or you got my free script I sent you. Then let's say you got the tone down when dialing, when they do pick up the phone, but maybe you're not getting enough pickups. Okay, so this is the part where a lot of agents get scared of and struggle with. Okay, so you're gonna need to triple dial them every single time you call them. Okay. It's in my video of how to dial. I mentioned this, but I don't go into deep detail about it. Okay, so when you triple dial somebody, usually the first or second call, they don't know who you are. They're not going to pick up. Usually by the third, they start to question a little bit, get a little nosy, or think it's an emergency. I had somebody literally tell me, who I didn't call 3 times. They go, yeah, if somebody calls you 3 times, you know it's an emergency. This was a client I sold, okay, because somebody called her 2 times. She goes, they didn't call me 3 times. Can't be that important. Literally what she said, word for word. So you want to make sure when you get a lead, you are actually calling them 3 times in a row, and they're not going to be mad at you. If they are mad at you, it's pretty simple. They're going to be mad at you even if they picked up on the first ring. There's somebody who's always going to be mad at you. So shrug it off, move on, keep doing your script. Even if they're mad at you, you need to keep the same thing. Hey, Mary. Yep, this is Javanni. Same exact thing. What do you want? Hey, Mary. Yeah, this is Javanni. You want to keep it in the exact same coordinates. Think about it like this. If, God forbid, Mary was to pass away tomorrow, okay, would you really not call Miss Mary today 3 to 5 times in a row just to try to protect her family? Because what if, God forbid, she passed away tomorrow? In my brain, what I think about is, dang, that's my fault. I wasn't able to actually help protect her because I was too scared to call Miss Mary 3 times. I called her 1 time. When she sent in the request for me to call her to get the final expense life insurance information. So I actually need to get a hold of her. It's very important. My thing is too, I'm calling them 3 times in a row then, but I'm also calling them 3 times in a row later. So it's very important that you call them 3 times in a row because you want them to pick up. So if you're calling each lead 1 time and toss them to the side and moving on past it, you actually need to call them at least 3 times. And I would never move on from the lead until they answer the phone. I would always try to call them at some point, okay? Now, if the phone is ringing and it goes to voicemail right away, or it goes 1 ring voicemail, maybe move on past it for now. Don't waste your time because the phone call is obviously not going through. I like to try it twice just in case if it's on like do not disturb. Other than that, I'm going to move on past it for now. I'm going to hit them back later, like in the evening. If I try it in the morning, maybe the phone's off, maybe the phone's dead. But don't waste your time 3 times if it goes straight to voicemail every time. Okay, at that point, you're just wasting dial time when you can call the next lead whose phone actually rings, gives you an opportunity. So make sure you're dialing each lead 3 times in a row every single time. Make sure when you spin back to those leads, the same person you already called 3 times, call them 3 times again. And call them 3 times again. Call them 3 times again. Because you want them to pick up. Because in your brain, you need to help protect their family. Now, if Miss Mary tell you to kick rocks, at least you did your job and tried to help protect her. You can no longer feel bad about not getting a hold of her. Your main goal is to get them to pick up the phone. So when you're dialing, you need to focus on how can I get them to pick up? Because your number needs to stand out. So calling them 3 times at least, your phone number is actually going to stand out. So have your phone number stand out. Don't be scared to call them 3 times in a row. If you would call them 1 time in a row and they picked up, they were going to yell at you anyways. And the best way to do is if somebody did yell at you for calling them 3 times in a row. What do you want? This is exactly what I do. Hey, Mary. What? Hey, Mary. Yep, this is just Javanni. I was trying to call you back about the request you sent in for the life insurance programs to protect your family. I just wanted to make sure your beneficiary was still Bob. They usually go, yeah, that's right. And they calm down. You'd be surprised too. People typically apologize too. So try not to get too emotional with them if they're yelling at you. Don't get on, well, Mary, I was trying to call you back because boom. Don't do that. You're going to blow the lead for pointless reasons. You're just doing your job. If your boss was watching on a 9 to 5 job, and you were doing insurance, and I know we're not, but what if he was, and you had a boss? This is what I like to go through, play in my head. Would you not get in trouble for doing that? And would you not almost be fired or get written up or whatever they do at 9 to 5 jobs now? Would you not get that in trouble? And so that's what I like to think too. If somebody was watching me and this person who sent in a request for me to call them, I'm now being rude to them while they're on the phone in the first 5 seconds. So for one, I'm wasting my money. So if I spent $20 on that lead, I just threw away $20 for fun without even trying. I don't want to do that. For two, I would get fired or written up at my job if I worked a 9 to 5 by yelling at them because they're just angry. What do you think customer service people deal with every day? If you go to the grocery store or you call into a place you owe money to or something and you get mad at them. We've all done it. We get annoyed with them even though we may not mean to. What do? They keep doing the job and they hold it as best as they can. If they don't do their job and they start yelling back at you, you're usually going to complain to somebody and they're usually going to get fired or written up. It happens all the time. But if somebody does their job and is still going to be calm with you, you eventually calm down because you look silly and you look weird yelling at them when they're not yelling at you. Once you start yelling back and forth, it's now a battle who can yell the most and who wants to curse at each other and do X, Y, and Z. You're going to blow the lead, waste your money, and you're not being customer serviceable. Once you just stay calm and do your job, and if they keep yelling at you, hey, Miss Mary, you just told me to call you to protect your family. I'm just trying to do my job. Are you okay? Things will change after you do that. So don't be afraid to call them 3 times in a row and get yelled at. It's going to happen whether it's 3 times in a row, 1 time in a row, or at 2 p.m. They're always going to yell at you. You stick to your script. You stick to your tone. Call them 3 times in a row. You will get more people to pick up the phone, which will help you practice your script more and make more money and make more opportunities. There's a free script down below in my link if you haven't had it already. If you need any help, feel free to DM me on social media. It's Javanni last name Wright on everywhere, on Facebook, Instagram, etc. DM me there. I'm down to help anybody for free, or you talk to me on social media.